はい、こんにちは、おかちゃんです。前回に引き続きましてね、アメリカのジョーダン・マックスウェルさん、彼のお年をちょっとウィキペディアで調べてみましたら、1940年2月生まれということですから、現在80歳になるんですね。まだ元気で活躍されてます。直近ではですね、2020年、去年の7月に行われました UFO ギガコンファレンスというところで約1時間にわたって、彼の講演をされております。こちらの講演からピックアップしまして、ジョーダンさんのお話を皆さんにお伝えしたいと思います。日本ではですね、ジョーダン・マックスウェルさん、あまり知られてませんよね。アメリカでは非常に有名な方です。今回は、The World Secret Society、イルミナティのお話です。世界を後ろからコントロールしている組織があるよと。特に西洋の世界ではですね、キリスト教、たくさんの団体があるんですが、こちらの後ろで操っている、団体がイルミナティという組織です。特にこのイタリーにありますバティカンがその中心地であるというふうにジョーダンさんは言っております。そこら辺ちょっとですね、最初の10分間だけ、10分弱ですが、日本語に直してみましたので、お伝えしたいと思います。こちらをどうぞ見てください。
Anyway, so I learned a long time ago that you need to do your own homework. And what we're asking, the kind of questions I was asking, probably there was no real answer to it. Something you have to deal with in your own spirit. And so later on in 1959, I became aware of the influence of secret societies, secret groups like the Mafia, La Cosa Nostra, the underworld organizations that operate all around us. They feed us, they give us our clothes, they conduct construction. The whole world, especially the world, that kind of world that we live in, is really run by organized crime. And in my opinion, the most criminal organization that's ever existed on the face of the earth, in my opinion, after 60 years of inquiring, I am totally sure it is the Vatican. The Vatican is the most incredible, corrupt, dirtiest governmental system on the earth. And it has impacted America, it's impacted our country and our government, and it's an incredible story. So I set for myself the goal of studying as much as I could every day about the secret societies that run the world. And that started in 1959. Later on, after a few years, I came across a man named Anthony Helder. And Anthony Helder was a very big name in Hollywood at the time. And he had produced a series of records, 33 and a third records, all three of them. And it was called Illuminati. And in it, he had another man named Myron Fagan explain how the Illuminati secret societies operate in the world today. And it was the most incredible subject I have ever heard, most outrageous lecture I've ever heard. If you would like to hear it, it's on my website. I have a copy of it. I put it on my website. My website is Jordan Maxwell Show, S-H-O-W. You have to add the word show. jordanmaxwellshow.com. And when you go on jordanmaxwellshow.com, you will see an advertisement, a little flyer, talking about Jordan Maxwell Research website. So you have to join the research website. And the reason why you have to join it is because I have lawyer friends who have told me, if you're going to tell the public things which you better be careful when you talk in public about, then you had better put it on a private website so that people have to join, which shows they want to hear. Because my lawyer friends told me, if you go to a restaurant and there's about 10 or 15 people with you, and you're sitting in the back of the restaurant with your group of people, whatever, at that dinner table, you can say anything you want about anybody. Call them any name you please, say anything you please about anybody. That's if your friends will accept it. But if you go on radio or go into the public and start talking that way, that's different, because government is empowered to protect the public. Therefore, if you're using terms and words and saying things about people that was very offensive, government can come in and ultimately shut you down, because they're protecting the public from hearing the truth or what you feel. And so I became fascinated with this subject of the Illuminati, and like I said, if you go on my website, Jordan Maxwell Show, and go to my Jordan Maxwell Research website, that's a private website and you have to join it. And it's only a one-time contribution for a lifetime subscription. And if you go to the audio video part of my research website, it's called Audio Video, and click on it, the very first lecture you will hear is the one I heard in 1959 that changed my life. It was the most extraordinary expose of secret societies operating in the Western world and how our government really works. It was so incredible that it changed my life. And I've been going after this information for the past 60 years. And that's what I'd like to present to you today. So my lecture is on the exposing of the secret society called Illuminati. It has been featured in television shows, motion pictures, many books written about it. But I started talking about it back in 1966. Is my first year I started talking about the Illuminati. And since 66, it's now in movies and motion pictures, as I said, in television shows, all over the web and all over the world. And I'm sure that probably a lot of them have heard me talking about it, and it's really extraordinary. So the lecture today is I would like to expose what I consider to be the most incredible secret society operating on this earth behind our U.S. government, behind the United Nations government, and behind the world religions. And believe me, one of the most important tools in the hands of these criminals is religion. The church is nothing more, today the church is nothing more than an integral part of the Illuminati movement in the world to expose the human race to the lies and deceptions and pre-program us so that we will begin to believe certain things which are not true. And one of the things that we believe is not true is that Jesus will be coming back to save us. There was no Jesus. Never existed. In my opinion, never existed. And it's going to be very difficult for anyone to come back when we're told that Jesus will be coming back in his coming, second coming. I'm saying it will be absolutely impossible to come back and make a big comeback on the earth if you've never been anywhere to start with. And so I don't believe he's coming back because I believe he was never here to start with. And I think there's enough information out there now that most people around the world are beginning to look at the hard evidence for the beginning of Christianity and where it came from and who financed the church and who set this whole operation up in the Western world. I believe this group is secret society of what we call the Illuminati, all the people who gave us Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The most extraordinary religion on the face of the earth, I believe, is Judaism, because Christianity is just worshiping the sun, as mankind's been doing for thousands of years. But Judaism is the most incredible religion based on what I would call the smorgasbord concept. You go through and you pick what you want from here and pick this and you pick that and you like this and you don't like that. And after you pick all the things you like, you put it together and it's called Judaism. But it changes every 1,000 years. Every 500 or 600 years, Judaism completely changes. They start picking new things and then they add to what they already have. And so today, we finally end up with a religion that's dominating the world called Judaism. And Judaism is without a doubt the most eclectic, off-the-wall, strange religion based on Babylonian, Sumerian scriptures and all kinds of devil worship and demonism, child sacrifice, pornography, all kinds of stuff that most people have no idea in the world what the words mean.
ジョーダンさんのお話いかがでしたでしょうか。なんとですね、60年にわたってこちらのいろいろな世界をコントロールしている組織、いろいろ調べているようですね。そのジョーダンさんのお話なんですが、今回ですね、私がトライしたのは、この和訳約1時間にわたって英語で話しているものをですね、いちいちこの手で打って、和訳をしたものを字幕を入れていくというのは実は大変な作業なんですよ。これをですね、自動化できないかなと思っていろいろ調べたところできるんですね。それをちょっと自動化してやってみました。もちろん手をかなり入れてるんですが、約1時間の英語をですね、全部やり終えるのに約1時間半から2時間ぐらいでできちゃうという、この AI の世界というのが今すごいですね。そのやり方はですね、別途ちょっと私なりにまとめてみたいと思います。英語を日本語字幕をつけて、AI にやらせると、こういう話になるんですが、そういうことで今日はジョーダンさんの、UFO ギガコンファレンス、去年のものからその第1弾というところで お届けいたしました。第2弾、ちょっとまとめております。楽しみにお待ちください。今日も見ていただきましてありがとうございます。